For video number 3 in the Power Teacher Pro training for Avon Local Schools, we're going to talk about categories. Categories should be set up as one of your first basic items. From the Power Teacher Pro gradebook, click on the Grading tab, and on the top left-hand corner, choose Categories. In categories, several can take place. Project, you can see I have a category name, and you can see there's a small schoolhouse by there. Anything which has a schoolhouse next to it indicates that it was pushed out by the system and it's there for your using, and you certainly are welcome to like or use it. Individual mastery does not have a schoolhouse. I created this one. Progress session, I created this one. And engagement, I created this one. Any category can be created. Any category can be taken away. Once a category has data in it, even the smallest minute piece of data, it can never be deleted. It can only be hidden. If I show you my inactives by clicking in the top right hand corner, you'll see I have a plethora of ones that I no longer use throughout the years. Currently, my active ones are sitting in front of me. I don't really want project, so I'm going to hit the edit button, and under edit, I'm going to change it to inactive, and I'm going to hit the save button. At the same time, engagement, I'm not liking the purple. I think I might change the purple, and I think I'll change it to a green. I can change the order if I want to see the order calculate differently. If I want to add a particular new one, there's no button on the main screen, but if you hit at the top where you hit assignments and you hit category, under here, we can add a new assignment and a category for those assignments. So what I'd like to do here is show people, once you do this basic setup and you make something happen here, it always happens this way, even though it can be overridden whenever you want to. So for instance, I'm going to call this my test. Oh, we better not call it test. I'll think it's an actual test. I'm going to call it delete this category. Okay. And yeah, I'd like to spell that correct. I can choose the actual classes which get this category. So not every class has to have every category. You can certainly give to certain ones or give to all. For me right now, I'm going to give it to all classes included. I'm going to delete it shortly anyway. Color, I'm going to leave it blue. That way I know to get rid of it. It is going to be active. I can write a description here. But before I leave here, I'm going to look at some of the default values. The default values here could be publish immediately. Here's where we can change what happens to this assignment. I highly recommend immediately on your published assignment. This can always be overridden when you create the assignment. Publish score, definitely want to check this. Again, this one can be unchecked later when you create an assignment. Score type, I definitely want everything to be points. I don't want to vary anything out of points. Now let's say this particular category that I'm doing, that the default score is always 5 points. That's what this assignment is. That does not mean I'm locked into 5 points. It means when it makes the assignment for me, it's automatically going to say, hey, he wants to have a 5-point assignment for this. If it always gets extra points, I can do that. If it has a higher weight, I can do that. In addition, I can also take this away from counting in the traditional grade scale, meaning maybe this is a pre-test category. And if this were a pre-test category, then I would make the assignment worth something, but I would take it away in the traditional count so that I would report the score to the student and the parent, but yet they would not get dinged on their final grade setup for this. My view, I can simply view the status of all the classes that are going to get this and how it's going to get added into my category situation. If I go to the categories now and I hit save, now I have that new category that's been created. I can move it in its order. I can also change what happens to this later. At any time, I can return to the categories and I can edit any one of these categories. I'm going to go to my assignments quickly, and you'll see this more in working with assignments. But now if I click to add a new assignment, you'll see that under my category list, I now have delete this category as one of my assignments. And if I click on it, it automatically makes it worth 5 points and it counts in the traditional. If I look at the publish, it's immediate. and it's going to publish those scores. Anytime I want to get rid of a category, I return to grading, categories, two choices. One, if it's one that's been pushed out by the school system, one of these, you cannot just simply delete them, but what you can do is make them inactive to hide them. So for my delete this category, on this one I entered no data, so I should be able to hit delete, confirm the delete, and it completely goes away. Hide the rest of the list and only show my active legend. This has been working with categories.